you want to say hello, introduce yourself?
Hey, my name is Charles. I'm a producer on Marvel Contest of
Ooh,
Champions.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, so you're a producer. So what do you do? Like, how do you explain that?
Cool. So again, making a game is complicated.
Yes.
There's lots of moving parts. There's lots of different disciplines that need to come together to make something happen. From from the server side to like the front end client code to like the design to the econ to all the different groups that come together to make things in the
Yeah.
game. And a lot of what being a producer is kind of wrangling all of those different groups together, driving kind of like the vision and alignment of what we're trying to build and what we're trying to accomplish, and then building that thing. So it's a lot of kind of almost like project management,
Okay.
but for like game features and for characters and other cool things like that.
Yeah, that's exciting. We haven't had a producer on the show, which is exciting. So like, what's the most exciting thing that you've worked on that's already been released?
Okay, so that's a tough question because I've been in a lot of really cool big features.
Yeah.
So I think probably most recently, the team that I work with, we were the ones that worked on the 7-star feature set with Stat Focus.
Okay.
And we also were the ones that worked on Ascension.
Yeah.
We just launched those two big features. We also have some cool stuff coming in November that I can't talk about quite yet.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, we're always working on some great new and exciting stuff to put into the game.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I've been playing this game for 8 years, like almost 8 years, and it's insane that it's continued this long and it's continuing striving and going past boundaries and past. I just love it. How long have you been at Kabam working on stuff?
So I've been here for a little over 5 years.
Oh wow.
I started out on MCOC, was on the MCOC team for a year or two, went over to the MROC team
Ooh.
for about a year, and then came back over to MCOC and have been on MCOC since.
Okay, I played MROC a lot. I was really into the story of the game.
Cool.
You want to talk about your stuff on MROC?
What part of it in particular would you like to dive into? Because that's a big question.
Man, okay. All right. Well, what was your main focus? You're still producing on MROC as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
For a little bit of context, right? Like, we had, this big team. We had this game that we needed to kind of get out within a certain release window.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of came over to the team to help them wrangle everything that's involved in launching a new game. It's one the sort of the things that you have to juggle when it comes to launching a new game are a little bit different than when it comes to maintaining a live game.
Yeah, of course.
And so a lot of what I did was come on to help give them that additional support when it came to getting everything stood up for launch.
Okay.
So that was kind of what my focus was over there.
Yeah, and how much has that learning process been? Because obviously MROC shut down, and how has that kind of comparatively helped you in production?
So I think that there were definitely a lot of learning experiences for
Mm-hmm.
MROC. I think that in many ways we bit off a little bit more than we could chew.
Yeah.
Like we were trying to reinvent the wheel with a lot of things. We were everything was sort of pushing the envelope, right? We had this really kind of interesting, world building. We had these concepts of territory control. We had this kind of this MOBA-esque kind of combat with this kind of little bit of a unique twist on a gear system. Everything we were doing was we were trying to be innovative with.
Yeah.
And when you do that, that just stacks on a whole bunch of risks. So it's one of those things where you have to find that right risk level, right? You want to do things that are making things more interesting and pushing things forward, but you don't necessarily have to reinvent everything. I think is the big takeaway from that.
I enjoyed the game. It was fun. Like I said, I paid attention to the story. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
But
no, it was a great game. I really enjoyed it as well. But yeah, sometimes even if you make a great game, it doesn't necessarily always hit, right?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I got chat rolling. So if anyone has any questions for a producer, let me know. As chat slowly rolls in. How's the event been for you so far?
Oh, it's been awesome. So this is personally my first time actually being at one of these in-person events where we get to actually interact with people. Unfortunately, I just never had the opportunity to do Comic-Con before all the COVID stuff, right? So it's been really cool. Again, we had the big Battle Realm Brawl down at the gaming stadium. Watched all those matches. They were all really good.
Absolutely.
It's crazy again, just actually meeting fans in person and seeing the energy and seeing the excitement. It's been really cool. I've been loving it.
Yeah, man. I can't wait, and I hope this continues. And oh man, there's some exciting stuff. Is there anything particular tonight you're excited for?
So there's lots of really cool stuff going on right now. Like again, like we have like our different kind of booths up. We have like our Beat the Boss. We have like a little bit of a really cool sandbox space where you can kind of like just like play with whatever champions that you want. We have a Necropolis, so you can actually get the sneak peek at the upcoming Everest content.
I know.
It's brutal, but it's fun. It's really cool. And then we also have like again, you can actually like we have Beat the Dev where you can actually like go and like play one of our developers, take them on in battlegrounds and see how you fare.
I'm gonna lose.
we have a lot of really cool stuff going around, and again, like we also are letting people play the champs early. So for like Kushala and Chilith, you can actually like go and give them a whirl, and they're really fun. So it's really great to be able to kind of like showcase some of this stuff early and kind of see people like
so excited.
Yeah,
I feel it in my core. The new champions, seeing them on screen, seeing people play with them. It's just I'm so excited.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, do you play MCOC?
Yes.
Okay. Who's your favorite character?
That's a very tough question.
Yeah,
that's really hard. So I'd say that probably my favorite to play is Sunspot. I really enjoy like the way his loop mechanically works, where you stack the Incinerate, then like charge the heavy to pull him back, you get that power burst and drop those fat SB2s. Ooh. I really enjoy just like his style of play. I just find it's really interesting, and that's one of the things that I love about MCOC is like we have like over 250 champs, but like there's still like all of these different ways that they all kind of play and feel, and like I mean Sunspot's kind of like one of my favorites.
We saw him at the brawl being used. Like
I was super stoked when I saw him. Like, Sunspot, his moment to shine.
And just the SP2 exactly. The damage was perfect.
So good, yeah.
All right. Favorite endgame boss.
Favorite endgame boss. So I guess it's sort of depends on how you want to define where you particularly draw the line for endgame.
I guess probably more like unique bosses.
Yeah. I think probably Grandmaster is probably one of my favorites. I think that he does lots of things that are mechanically interesting, and I also just like absolutely love his special attacks.
Yes.
Like even though they destroy me, they look so freaking cool. Like I absolutely love that fight.
Yeah, I love the SP3, like the game board coming up and falling. That he's a character I read in the comics, and just to see him in the game and doing stuff like that and playing with you as a player is incredible.
Yeah, again, like there's lots of really cool like stuff that went into that. Like one of the comic covers for one of the I'm blanking on the name, but one of the comic covers actually has like like the Grandmaster with the chessboard and like he's like moving like the pieces on it, and that was sort of like the inspiration for like kind of like that game board.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Okay.
And so like again, really awesome fight, really awesome to do me well with that.
Yeah, if you haven't beat the Grandmaster, better get on that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Okay, we're 21. Okay. I think that's going to call it, doing like 10 minutes going in people. I appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'll chat with you later.
Sounds good.
Bye. All right. Dude, I've always wanted to have a producer on. Like, that was one of my top things I wanted to do.